Okay, so let us do the exercises of the lesson My Childhood, which was based on the life story of Dr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, now first of all, you see we have this section called thinking about the text. Okay, so I've already told you there are some sections. So before you read section, we are finished. Now this is thinking about the text. Now thinking about the text means in this section you will come across all the questions related to the story. Okay, so the first one is the activity. You can see you are given a map. Okay, and the state of Tamil Nadu has been zoomed. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to locate the Dhanushkoti and Rameshwaran. Okay, these two places in the map. Okay, now you will know that Dhanushkoti and Rameshwaran, it's somewhere here. Okay, it's somewhere here. I will highlight it here. Okay, it is somewhere here. Okay, now this is just an activity. Let us go through the exercises, question answer. You see, there are three types. The first part is where your question answers will be one or two sentences, and the next set of question is the question where you have to give answer in about 30 words, and the third one is the question where your answer need to be in 2 to 3 paragraphs. You got it? Okay, now these are the questions. Okay, the first one, for example, where was Abdul Kalam's house? You know, where was Abdul Kalam's house? It was in the Moore Street, Rameshwaran. What do you think Dinamani is? Do you know what Dinamani is? Dinamani is the name of a Tamil daily newspaper. Okay, and give reason. And Abdul Kalam said that he would trace the story of world wars in the headlines of Dinamani. So Dinamani, it's a newspaper. Who were Abdul Kalam's school friends? You remember Abdul Kalam had 3 friends, okay, and later they became great person. One of them became the priest, okay, the other 2, one became the contractor and the other one became businessman. Okay, yes. Now how did Abdul Kalam earn his first wages? So you remember Abdul Kalam earned his first wages by helping his cousin catch the newspaper from a the moving train, because during the World War the train hull was suspended. Okay, yes. So next one is, had he earned any money? Okay, did he earn any money before that? Yes. Okay, during the Second World War there was a huge demand for the tamarind seed. So what did he do? He collected the tamarind seed and sold it in the market, and then he earned some money. Okay, now let us move on to the second set of questions. How does the author describe his father? Okay, now you have to write a paragraph in 30 lines about his father. Very simple, who does not like luxuries. He was elite, he was not that educated, nor was he wealthy. Okay, but he was very self-disciplined. His mother, okay, very kind. You remember, every day she used to feed thousands of people in her home. Okay, and what about himself? Okay, Abdul Kalam. Okay, yes. So you can write answer in just 30 words. Okay, now the second one, what characteristic does he inherited from his parents? You remember, we inherit our characteristic from a person of some authority. So in that case, we inherited our character from our parents. Okay, so what kind of character did Abdul Kalam inherited from his parents? Okay, yes, self-discipline, kindness. Okay, yeah, all these things. Now let us move on to the next set of questions where you have to write 2 to 3 paragraphs. Okay, yes. So here it talks about the small society of Rameshwaran. You know, they were very rigid in terms of segregation. Okay, in terms of segregation, they were very rigid, means they were very strict. Okay, now let us read the first question. Which social group does he mention? Okay, yes, and what were these groups easily identifiable? Okay, and by use of the way they dress like this. Okay, yes, the dress. For example, okay, Rameshwaran, what should I say, the society, the people were very strict about this, and there were two groups normally, the Orthodox Hindu and the Muslims. Okay, we can which identify this because Abdul Kalam said that he used to wear the cap, okay, and his Hindu friend Brahmin used to wear the sacred thread. Okay, now through this we can identify. Okay, yes. The next one, were they aware? Were they aware? They means the children and okay, were they appraised of the differences, okay, and also naturally share friendship and experience. Think of the bedtime stories in Kalam's house, of whose his friends were and of what used to take place in the pond near his house. Okay, yes. Were they aware of? No, the children were not aware of the differences. Okay, actually they build lots and lots of friendship. Okay, yes. And in Abdul Kalam's home, mother and the grandmother used to tell bedtime stories, and all these bedtime stories were based on the Ramayana, Hindu sacred, what should I say, script, and the life story of Prophet. Okay, yes. Now you can write on these things. And the third one, the author speaks about both of the people, okay, so who were very aware of the differences, okay, eh? Who were very aware of the differences, and uh, those who try to bridge the any differences. Can you identify? Yes. So you remember when Abdul Kalam was in the 5th standard, there was a new teacher. He was very strict about the segregation. Okay. Yes. So this is one type of person, and the second one, you see, what should I say? The priest of the temple, you know, okay, yes, he tried to bridge the difference. Okay, yes, and the second one, you remember Dr. Abdul Kalam's science teacher, Mr. Subramania Iyer. He is the person who used to bridge these differences. Okay, so can you identify, yes, such people? Yes, the first one is the new teacher, and the second one his science teacher. Okay, like this. So you can get more ideas if you read the story. Okay, narrate two incidents that show the difference can be created. Okay, the difference can be created. So you have to narrate here. What narrate? About the new teacher who came to his class, and he could not, what should I say, digest a Muslim student sitting next to the Brahmin child. Okay, so what did he do? He just told, what should I say, Abdul Kalam to stay at the back bench. Okay, so through these differences are created. Okay, now how they can be resolved? You remember the priest? He called the new teacher and told him that it was not good to, what should I say, talk about the poisons and indifferences in the minds of the young, what should I say, children. So finally, because of his intervention, the new teacher changed himself. Okay, yes. Now, number two, why did Abdul Kalam want to leave Rameshwaran? You know, Abdul Kalam wanted to leave Rameshwaran because he wanted to study in the district. Okay, yes. What did his father say? What did his father say? His father just gave him the permission, and he said, his father said that the children should not stay with their parents. Okay, they have to go out, leave their home in order to learn something. Okay, he also gave an example of the seagull. You remember the seagull, they go out leaving their homes. And during that time, Abdul Kalam's mother also got much emotional. So during that time, Abdul Kalam's father quoted one important poem of Khalil Gibran. You know, the children were not yours. They had their own thoughts. So you cannot control your children. So this way, the father which you gave him the permission to go to the district. Okay, yes. What do you think his word meant? Yes, his words have got lots and lots of wisdom. Okay, yes. We have to leave our home, we have to go out and learn something. We may face problem, but through these problem we learn so many things. Okay, so his father's word has lots and lots of wisdom, and his father also encouraged his son to embark on such which is an important journey. Okay, yes. So with this we have finished with the thinking about the text, and now we have this thinking about the language section, where we are going to touch all the language part related to this chapter. Okay, the first one is where you have to look at the dictionary. Okay, now this exercise is to give you some idea on how to, what should you say, refer to dictionary. Now there are some words: erupt, surge, trace, undistinguished, casualty. Okay, now you have to look for the meaning. Okay, yes, by using dictionary. It can be either online dictionary or the regular dictionary. Okay, yes. Now the next set of question is match the following. You have got column A, where you are given some, what should I say, phrases, and we have got column B, where the meanings are written. So what you have to do, you have to match the following. Okay, now just and give you an example, let me do the first one. Okay, the first one is broke out. You got it? You remember this word? The second word broke out. Okay, now in the column B, you just try to look for the meaning. Okay, broke out. Broke out means here, see. Okay, began suddenly in a violent way. Okay, yes. So these two, what should I say, the definition is already here. Now, in accordance with, now you just look for the meaning. In accordance with. Okay, yes. Now here F1, according to a particular rule or principle or system. Likewise, I want you to do number 3, number 4, and number 5, and number 6. Okay, it will be easy for you. Okay, now the next one is, okay, we are going to what should I say, study about the prefix. Okay, you know prefix in Tibetan we call it ngunjuk. Okay, so by using prefix we can find the opposite of the word. For example, prefix like u and un, prefix like I and in, or prefix like ir. Okay, yes. Now for example, I was a short boy with rather undistinguished look. Okay, do you remember this line? So undistinguished, it is formed by two words. Okay, first one is un, and the second one is distinguished. You got it? So distinguished means very what is special, like this. Undistinguished means the opposite of distinguished, that is ordinary. You remember Abdul Kalam had an undistinguished look. Okay, so sometimes by using prefix we will get the opposite of the word. Okay, now in this box you will find some words. For example, the first one is adequate. Adequate means enough. Okay, now you can find the opposite of adequate by adding a prefix. So which prefix are we going to use? We are going to use inadequate, in. So if you write inadequate, this is the opposite of adequate. Okay, likewise acceptable. So acceptable, you accept. Okay, so what is the opposite? We can form the opposite by using any prefix. So acceptable, unacceptable. You got it? Okay, yes. So I want you to find the, what should I say, opposite of these words by using a suitable prefix, either un or in or ir, like this. Okay, yes. Now the third section, we have got active and passive. I'm sure you have learned this before, active and passive. Now in order to understand what active and passive is, let us read this sentence. My parents were regarded as an ideal couple. My parents were regarded. Okay, yes. So the parents were regarded as an ideal couple. I was asked, okay, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. Such privileges have to be confronted. Okay, now all these are passive sentences. Okay, passive sentences, we have got verb forms like this. Okay, yes. Now let us go to the exercises. Okay, yes. For example, okay, yes, the italicized verb in these sentences are made up of form of verb be and the past participle. For example, were regarded, was asked, be confronted. Now all these are passive verbs. You got it? Okay, yes. Now, these sentences focus on what happens rather than who does what. Now, in the active sentence, which is the subject does something, okay? Yes. But in the passive sentence, we stress upon what is happening. Okay, for example, so my parents were regarded. My parents were regarded means subject is my parents. The parents are not doing anything. In fact, parents were regarded. Okay, we are talking about the parents. Okay, now for example, one more exercise. The tree was struck by lightning. The tree was struck. Okay, the tree was struck. The second one, the flag was unfurled. The flag was unfurled. Okay, yes. Now these are passive sentences. Now let us rewrite the sentence below, changing the verb in the bracket into passive form. Okay, so in yesterday's competition, the prizes give away by the principal. Okay, now this is what should I say, active sentence. Now we have to change this into passive by changing the verb form of give away. Now how do you change this? In yesterday's competition, the prizes, instead of give away, we write prizes were given by the principal. So the doer is the principal. The prizes cannot do anything. So this is passive sentence. Okay, so I will give you one more example. In spite of the financial difficulties, okay, the laborer, now this is the subject, the laborers pay on time. Laborers pay on time. Now, by changing this verb, we have to make this sentence passive. Now, do you have any idea? How are you going to do this? Okay, now let us see. In spite of financial difficulties, the laborers were paid on time. The laborers were paid on time. Prizes were given. Laborers were paid on time. Now, like this, I want you to do, what should I say, the remaining questions. You got it? Okay, yes. One more exercise on active and passive. You see, there are two paragraphs here. One on helmet, okay, about cricket, okay. The other one is on soil, okay, yes. Now, like the previous exercise, you will see some words put in a bracket. You got it? Okay, yes. For example, seriously injure and collapse. Okay, this is verb. This one is not where. Okay, we have got fracture, we have got heat, all these things. So just like the previous one, you have to change the verb form of this verb, put in a bracket so that the sentence becomes passive. You got it? Okay, yes. So I want you to do this. Okay. Likewise, in the second paragraph, you will also find some verbs in a bracket. For example, okay, let me do this. Vegetable oils made from seeds and fruits. Okay, yes. So vegetable oils made. Now, how we have to change this make, okay, so that the sentence becomes passive. Okay, yes. So vegetable oils are made from seeds and fruits. Vegetable oils are made, not vegetable oils made from. Okay, yes. So likewise, I want you to continue with the remaining verbs in the bracket. Did you understand? Okay, now next section we have got dictation. So dictation, actually we should do this in the class. So for the time being, we are not going to do this. Now, normally this exercise is where the teacher reads this paragraph, okay, and the students will write this in their notebook. So this is dictation exercise. So we will leave this. Okay, now let us talk about the next skill, that is speaking. Okay, now in the speaking, what you were given is you were given a topic here. For example, okay, career building is the only goal of education, or one more topic, getting a good job is more important than being a good human being. Do you see these two topics? Now, these two topics are, which is to give you an speaking exercise. Maybe you can give a talk on this. Now, by giving talk, there are some words and phrases that you have to make use of. For example, these will help you. Okay, yes. For example, you can use these following phrases while giving your opinion. Now, whenever there is a platform where you have to give your opinion, now these are the words, phrases you will use. For example, I think that, okay, or in my opinion, the education is very important. It seems to me that career is very important in your life. Okay, yes, more. Okay, I'm of the view that as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, if you ask me what the education is, I would say now these are phrases which will help you to share your own view. Okay, the next one is saying what other people think about this. Okay, now sometimes when you are talking about one topic, okay, you can make use of the other people's quotation like this. So according to some scientists, or quite a few things, or some others favor, or 30% of the people agree, or 30% of the people disagree, 50% of them strongly feel that education is. Now these are some of the phrases. And the third one is asking for others' opinion. Now, if you have to get some opinion from other people, now these are the phrases which will help you. For example, what do you think about this present COVID-19? Okay, what do you think about the coronavirus? What is your opinion about this, what should I say, COVID-19 warriors? Do you agree that this virus is spreading? Does this make you believe that this virus it's killing people? Okay, now this is just a speaking exercise. I want you to make use of these phrases. Okay, and now next exercise is writing. Okay, writing. Now here in the writing section, what should I say? You have to write a short account, short report, okay, paragraph on the life of Rameshwaran. Okay, yes. Were the people rich or poor, or were they hardworking or lazy, like this? Okay, so for a writing exercise, you have to write a short note on the life of Rameshwaran. Or if you get time, you can, since this lesson is about a childhood, you have your own childhood. So you can write a short paragraph on your childhood, your parents, your siblings, like this. Okay, now with this we have completed the lesson My Childhood, and we have also done all the exercises. So you see, whenever we finish one English exercise, you see all the four skills are covered. You have got writing exercise, you have got speaking exercise, you have got listening exercise, you have got reading exercise, all these things. So whenever you finish one English lesson, please make sure that you cover all the four skills of an English language. Okay? Yes, all the best and thank you.